situation here. I have to get. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. Yes, indeed, family. I'm just working on my indoor gardening here. Let me get some light on. This is kind of like some mad scientist type stuff going on right now. This is what I do. I work on all kinds of little projects, and once I get started, I'm trying to tell you. So I've got some things here going on. Let me show you. Here's my apple tree. It doesn't have any apples yet, but that's an apple tree right there. There's a way to do it if you want to grow an indoor apple tree. But here's one project that I'm trying to get started here. These are my aero garden systems. And what I want to do is I'm starting a new garden all over again. So I scrapped everything that was growing. Scrapped everything so as you see, it's all empty now. But if you look below, I've got a variety of things going on here. Basil. Um, see, where's my tea at? Italian herb. Got Italian herb going on. Where's my tea? That's basil. There we go. I got the tea I could grow. And what this has in it, just to give you an idea, let me pull this to the side. So right now, nothing is growing in them yet, but what I want to do is see what the people say. Hold on a second here. Turn it back on me. I want to see what the people have to say. So, what you got going on when and this is stuff you could get off of Amazon, right? So, like for example, these are little pods that have seeds. There's seeds in these pods that we could put in these aero gardens, and I'm gonna try to. Maybe this is a sort of a tutorial as well, but announcement of an introductory or series of film. You've got chamomile. You've got mint and spearmint. This is what they look like. And my favorite, lavender. I don't know if you get the words there, but that's lavender. And it for that one. So some will have like basil, as I showed you, and then they come with this. Where's the cap at? I don't see the cap anywhere. Oh, there it is. They come with the. This is liquid plant food, right? So basically, I'm not going to put them in yet, but I want to see what people. Then there's a setting that we put it on, and then the setting calculates the timing for when it waters the plant. There's like a watering system where it keeps the plant watered, and then every so often you got to add plant food in here. You just lift it up and pour some plant food in there, just like that. Got the plant food. This is the Miracle Grow version, but pretty much any plant food that's compatible with the plant you want to grow, it'll work. So we've got that. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking of like I want at least 2 tomato plants. I might put them down over there at the end because they grow real bushy. and kind of hog up space. And basil does the same thing. If you grow any kind of basil, it's going to hog up space. So I usually just grow like I'll take these out and just have two on each end. I'll put a basil pod there, and I'll put a basil pod there, and they grow real big. And this I can elevate so it gets real tall, right? So I'm not sure which I'm going to start with yet, but I know, like I said, I'm going to put tomato. At least I'm going to put some tomatoes down there at that end, right? And of course, I'm going to want some lavender and some of these teas. This is chamomile, like I said, lavender and mint. So I got to have some of that involved. So we'll deal with that. Got to have some of that involved. But there's other things that can be grown, not just teas and tomatoes, but I could grow the lettuce, and also I got a little one right here too, sitting in between my cactus plants. Got to say hi to the cactus plants. This one's had a hard time over here. He's had a hard time because, man, it's a hard knock life even for a cactus. These are some of my cactus. He's been having a hard time too lately. He was a little uh, stronger, but he's having a tough time. But we'll get him right. The thing about when you're feeling kind of down in the dumps, sometimes your surroundings start to suffer right along with you. Um, what's interesting? You see how small this guy is? He was as small as him, and you know who their parent is? That's the parent. So they were real small, and I just wanted to start their own little journey. And you see how big he is, right? He was smaller than this when I started, and they all came from. You see how they got the little sprouts coming out, the little jump starts or whatever coming out. You clip it off, and you just literally, dig a little hole in the ground and keep it going. And it'll take, as long as you water it periodically. You don't have to water a cactus as often as you do some other plants. But this right here, that's a lemon balm. If you got creams and whatnot, you probably got some of this going on in it. If it has a lemony smell to it, it's also good for teas. That's mostly what I use a lot of this stuff for is like teas and seasonings and stuff like that. But let me get over here. This is my hydroponic system, and I've already got some stuff that's on the top rack here. It'll be a little while before anything starts to surface. I don't know if you ever heard of something called cucamelons, but that's what in these that I've got started off. But I want to get some thyme on the edge, and if you look, I've got this right here because cucamelons like to climb stuff. So when they start getting a little taller, you will latch them on here. That way it helps them to grow, and they if they have something to latch on, they grow better, and their leaves tend to get a little stronger and whatnot. So that's why you see I put them in the middle and not on the edge, because if they're on the edge, they have a harder time. So I put them right here to there, and then all the way over here, all the way to there. So I got a nice row going on. But like I said, over here, I want to put some thyme because thyme likes to hang. If you let it grow like that, it'll grow up, out, and it'll start to hang. And I kind of like that because you can clip it off and add it to your seasonings and whatnot. Don't know what I'm going to do here yet. It might be some types of lettuce and kale or something like that down here. And I don't know. I'm going to experiment on like some what did I say? Strawberries, because strawberries can be grown in a hydroponic system. You just have to make sure they're spaced out properly. So I've got that. Then I've got these bags right here that I got to put some. Never mind the leaves. I was plucking dead leaves off the apple tree, but something's got to go into that pot right there. Something's got to go into that pot. Of course, I'm gonna put something up here. Don't know what yet, but as I keep showing, I got some varieties of things I could work with. Um, and let me show you guys something so you can see how this is set up. Yeah, this is how this is set up. So you got the different types of light. I like to call this sunlight. That's the I've got like an automated system where I can say I can't say it now, but the ALEXA. If I say the name, it'll start activating. But where I can tell things to turn on and turn off, and set timers for things, so the lights will come on at a certain time, it'll come off at a certain time. Um, Even like this is the watering system for this right here, and whatever I decide to put in here has got the watering system that'll go on. I'm thinking of putting some potatoes of a sort down here. I don't know yet. I don't know yet, but put in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and put in the comments what plants you would like to see grown here. And I'm talking about legal plants. I ain't talking about nothing that will have people knocking on my door. But what kind of plants would you like to see grown in some of these setups? Because I got an empty pot right there that needs company. This is a surviving rose bush. I uprooted it because I saw that it was getting sick. And these are miniature rose bushes right here. If I can nurture it back to life and health, it'll be a miniature rose bush. You see, there's some leaves starting to sprout back out, so it's doing good so far. But and notice that I've got a different type of light here. This type of light is kind of like it's almost like ultraviolet light. It's not really ultraviolet light. It's just purple light, but it gives a different type of hue. Because some plants like that evening or early morning type of sunlight, and they grow better that way. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here real quick and share a little something with the people, and just put in the commentary what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to let me know what kind of plants you'd like to see grown in the garden, and perhaps I might be able to do it. It all depends on the favorability of the plant being able to grow indoors, because some plants, they have a hard time growing indoors. That lavender plant on the other side, if it doesn't have the right type of positioning, it has a hard time. I'm talking about, so you see what I'm talking about right here. He has a hard time growing sometimes inside. So I have to take care of him until he starts you know taking care of itself, because you can see where even some parts had dried up a bit. So he's going to take some nurturing. But I do this every now and then because as it starts to get colder and fall starts to come in, I like to bring some of the plants in and keep them growing. So that way, next year, come springtime, I can, what do I want to say, make clippings and whatnot, little startups, and plant them back outside again, and then I'm able to populate my yard again with new plants. Um, yeah, this right here is just some bamboo. Nothing real fancy about that. You can find that pretty much anywhere that sells plants. Um, but if you notice, like I have like this system right here. That's a pump system where this will take water from that pump. It's not connected yet, but it'll draw water from that, and it'll feed each three of these racks with the water. Um, and again, I don't know what I'm going to plant here just yet, but it'll be something good, something edible. You know, I'm a eating type of person. I like seasonings and herbs and things like that. As you see, I got some packs of seeds right there. I got a bunch of seeds over there, cans of seeds. Um, and this hydroponic system is real easy to deal with. As you can see, it's pretty much just tubings with holes. And you can buy a setup like this already pre-built on Amazon. I mean, cut and everything, where all you have to do is assemble it. But basically, see if I can show you real quick. I've got a water. What I have here is a water pump inside this. See, there's a water pump. I don't know if you can see that water down there. That's a water pump that, if I say the name, it'll turn on. I don't want to say the name yet because I haven't organized everything yet. But here's where the button, I could just manually turn it on. And as you can see, the water's starting to fill into the tubing. And it'll only go so high because I made it so that the pressure isn't that strong. Because I don't want it to go. If you get the wrong kind of pump, it'll make this overflow and it'll start spilling all over the place. And you don't want that. But as you can see, it zigzags on the way down. I can scoot this around because I don't want it to hang too far off. Then it goes down. I like to use this clear tubing right here because it lets me see what's going on. Same thing right there. So I have one clear tubing. Then, as you can see, once it gets to the bottom, I have it drained off right here. And I'm glad I pumped it because it needs to pump. If you can look, you can see the water is starting to overflow just a little bit. But once it starts to pump, it'll be all right. Once this one starts to pump. Yep. So, and just to make sure, yeah, we'll do that. All right, so that's what you have going on there, family. I got something I got to put something in there. I like to put this on top of the box or the bucket because I could grow something right there. Because as long as there's a light, it can, something could be grown. But you got to think about what kind of light. Like over here, it's very bright. So I tend to like to have plants that love sunlight in this area. Now the hydroponic has the purple lights, but you can see it's brought down closer to this. Plus we have the yellow lights as well. So this has got a combination. And sometimes I'll have it set up where the sun, what I like to call the sunlight or the yellow lights, they're off and only the evening lights are on. And so plants that like that can do that. Yeah, I'm going to plant something new in there. That's something that I just hung it there for now so I could think about what I want to put there. I got another one somewhere right here. Here's another one. I got to put something in there. And also, as you can see, we have the temperature where I could set it so that the temperature will kick the fan on if it gets too low. And it's the same, and I don't know if you can see this, but this right here is a internal fan system where it draws in air so I can keep circulation going on. And then I got a bigger one way over here. Up there's the same thing. And I like to just have the air kind of travel and then go up into this bag because that way it kind of balances how much air is flowing out of this. Because I don't want it to be too cold. I don't want it to be too hot. I don't want, a lot of moisture build up, a lot of what you call humidity, peace and love. Just the right type of flow. As you can see, there's that bigger fan over there in the corner. And also, if it gets too cold, we got a heater down there that's all tied to the system. It's all, see them little pucks, those are all on call, where all I have to do is say, and they activate. So that's kind of what we have going on here. But again, let me know in the commentary what type of plants you would like to see in some of these openings in my hydroponic system and back here in the AeroGarden system. What kind of plants, excluding the tomato plant, which is going to be over there at the corner, as I mentioned. And I don't know, in general, I've got some other empty pots too, right? Like right there's an empty pot. As you see over there, I've got a few pots that I could put something in. But put in the commentary, what kind of legal plants? I got to say that because somebody said, I know what you could grow. I know what you could grow. I'm like, brother, come on, man. This is live social media, YouTube. And by the way, make sure you check back in later on tonight. Let me have a seat over here real quick so I can talk to you just a little bit. Yeah, this is my indoor garden set up. Make sure you check back in tonight at 8 o'clock because we got some serious stuff to talk about. We got to really, express some, some brain power because some real things are happening, and things that have the likelihood of affecting us and how we respond to our reality. And there's just some truths that need to be talked about. You understand? Because some of us are on the same page, but I just think that more of us need to realize that so we can unify and be a bit more able to respond to our reality and protect ourselves and love ourselves and understand what we're up against. 8 o'clock. Spread the word, pass it around. Like, share, subscribe, family. That's all I have for you for the time being. I just wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I get into. Oh, I gotta put something in here. Let me show you this. These are just little what do you call vowels that I can put snips in. Like if I find something out as I walk by, and I'm like, oh man, I can grow that. I put it in here. I put it in these, and they'll start growing roots. Then I could take them out, and I could put them in something like there, and then they can grow bigger and stronger. Sometimes I could even keep something alive long enough until I can figure out what I want to do with it. And then let's say I want to, I can't think of the term right now, graft. Grafting is basically like, let's say, I got this apple tree growing, but I cut off a chunk of this right here. I don't know if you can see. Let's say I cut that off and then splice it, and then put something else into that splice that's not an apple tree, but it'll still, as long as, see, I got some dead leaves I got to work with. It'll keep growing as long as it's grafted into this branch properly. It'll keep growing. So that's what like I said, this is like a laboratory. Literally, I've got this right here. This is my microscope. This is a microscope. See, it's a microscope. You look in there. Can I turn the light on? I don't know if the batteries still work, but if you look in there, it's a microscope. Can you? Oh, you can. Look at that. I didn't know I could do that. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. You'd be surprised. Look, that's a chunk of dirt right there. Up close and personal. Man, that's pretty cool. I don't know. Anyway, that's me nerding out a little bit. But, yeah, family, just check back in and we'll talk later. With that said, this is your brother, Abdul Wadud, a.k.a. Questman, coming at you live. Soul Journey of Life Conscious Black Social Media. Peace and blessings.